My name is Maikal X. Come from Holland, to be exact. Been in the business for about, been in the business as long as I remember.
You remind me every now and then. There's no reason for this love to end. My perfect friend, you represent, yeah. And even though you know how much we really feel for each other, woman, you crown me as your king. Your loving is so royal, feeling when we with each other. That's why the best that's in you brings out the best that's in me. And girl, I just want you to know that I'm glad you agree.
I started out as a rapper. People used to know me as Shy Rock, and I graduated to Roller Rock. I was 1/3 of a band called The Postmen. It was a hip-hop reggae band in Holland that released their first album on a major label in 1998. Sold really well. It's the best-selling hip-hop album in Holland up until now.
Still find you. From a boy to a man right beside you. We could argue, but I never tried.
And basically in 2004, from I left the band, I basically started all over again, literally. And with literally, I mean, I used to be like, I was an artist. I went back to being on a sound system, just playing tunes. And we built up a vibe in Amsterdam, a party called Jam Rock. In 4 years' time, we really built up a vibe for reggae music and dancehall music in Amsterdam, because there wasn't nothing. I mean, reggae, of course, reggae exists longer than hip-hop music, so reggae's always been around. But we kind of like took the reggae and the dancehall and introduced them to a new way, to the youth, to the new generation, especially the dancehall music. Out of being back on a sound system, you know, like, most of the time you say it goes where it can't go. That's how music is.
The best that's in you brings out the best that's in me. And girl, I just want you to know that I'm glad you agree. Cause see, the love that's in you brings out the love that's in me. We have to spend some time together, cause I don't want to lose you, girl.
And I started going back to the studio and I started doing reggae tunes. Like trying to do authentic reggae tunes, you know? And yeah, here we are 2 years later. Last year I signed up with Rockin' Vibes. And we pushed 3 singles so far. First single was The Best in You. It was an internet release that was well received. That made me drop a second single called Bear With Me with Don Corleone, famous Jamaican producer, reggae and dancehall producer. And now I'm on the 3rd single called The Warning, and we're supposed to release the album in 2010, May 2010.
Well, you see, everywhere me go, me see a lot of people will love reggae and dancehall music, but as soon as me reach home and me turn on my radio, me never hear reggae music on radio. So me ask myself, me say, what, is it the music or is it Babylon? And me wrote a tune about it. You ready for Bun Babylon, Stockholm? You ready for Bun Babylon, Stockholm? Hey, hey. This one called Babylon's Nightmare. Yo. Them know how you know this. Music where I get the youth's focus. Reggae music, Babylon's Nightmare. Them no want to let the people live what them fear. They're ready and know this, but we are keep the ghetto youths focused. Reggae music, Babylon's Nightmare. Them no want to let the people live. Listen what me I say. Them a scheme, scam, plot and all wonder and find ways just to keep the music under. Them a say we not supposed to lead the people live, but them a go on with dirty ways, they must eat them. Even though it's hard, you know we still prosper. Fire brimstone from the lightning and thunder. Now go bow down to Babylon's plunder. We feed the rich, while the poor are fight the hunger. Them know how you know.
Ever since I was born, I used to go visit family in England. And through going to England, ever since I was young with my parents, I used to be up in shebeens, because my uncles used to have illegal clubs. Them times they call it shebeens. You know, they break up a house and build a bar and just run a club until the police come and lock it down. That's how England used to be back in the 70s and 80s. I used to be upstairs, usually sleeping in the shebeen, and my uncles used to play records downstairs in the shebeen. And I know reggae from ever since I born. But I never actively, became a reggae head, because my vibe was when hip hop came out. That was my thing, is the new generation vibe. So I'm rolling with that.
Music where I get the youth's focus. Reggae music, Babylon's nightmare. Them the want to let the people there. What them fair? We're ready and we know this. We are keep the ghetto youth's focus. Reggae music, Babylon's nightmare.
So basically, it was only natural for me later on when I joined Postman, and Postman happened to be a reggae hip hop combination group. It was only natural for me. But when I joined Postman, I was a rapper before I joined Postman. And while I joined Postman, I decided to become the singer in Postman. Because it wasn't no use having two rappers and a DJ. That wouldn't make the difference. That would have just made it hip hop.
Early morning, me, I get a text message and it said, baby, how you doing? It's been a while, you're not raking. So me pause, cause me had to catch myself. Read the number, realize she must say right, me not raking. This be a friend of mine from long time. Coming up, pick up me number for the wrong kind. So me call to see whoever I go answer. A sweet voice pick up and said, are you my long for? Why don't you come over? Yo, she wanna spend quality time. Ever since I got to know you, I ain't felt like this in a while, no. The sparkle in her voice.
I find reggae music has more longevity. Hip hop is generation music. You understand? As bad as that may sound, you understand? But it's youthful music, and I think that's what stops hip hop too. Is because it don't grow. We're supposed to be the first hip hop adults, but in the hip hop scene, quote unquote, we're old. You understand? So it's like, okay, how old can you be and still be actively in hip hop?
Baby, come over, yeah. She wanna spend quality time. Ever since I got to know you,
I had the choice basically. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna go back to rapping and prove to people that I'm still capable of rapping, or am I just stick with the singing part and just develop that? And that's what I decided to do.
So I said it's the smart things that made her notice, like how me won't tap every girl that hangs round my shoulder. And that she said beauty is the wisdom of a woman, and that's for every man to see. Wisdom is the beauty of a man, and that she recognize in me. Enough gal want lock me out a road, but me no really cater, because you better. Cause me say enough gal want lock me out a road, but me no really cater, because you greater. And every day me pass house and I wonder, how come she never call me back, miss I wonder. Must be some fella she have herself under. Till she text me with a brand new number. Come over. She wanna spend quality time. Ever since I got to know you, I ain't felt like this in a while, no. The sparkle in her voice, I talk to me. Just like the nerves in my body, I call for she. Chemistry between a woman and a man goes hand in hand, but it's the woman who decides who goes on. Come over, yeah. She wanna spend quality time. Ever since I got to know you, I ain't felt like this in a while, no. The sparkle in her voice, I talk to me. Just like the nerves in my body, I call for she. Chemistry between a woman and a man goes hand in hand, but it's the woman who decides who goes on. Boom. Yeah, yeah. Boom. You know it's rocky vibes again. Yeah. Roll on. Stockholm.